The Sri Lankan tea sector is one of the largest employers in the country, with a direct and indirect workforce of over 2.5 million. Yet there are many issues faced by the estate communities that need to be addressed, in particular, the risks faced by children within those communities. 64.9% of tea estate workers cannot cover their basic expenses, and 73% of children on smallholder farms start working before the age of 12. Children living in tea estate housing are also at higher risk of domestic abuse. These and many other crucial findings were the subject of a webinar hosted by Save the Children on the 28th of August 2020. During the webinar, Save the Children unveiled their report, Child Rights Risk Assessment, Tea Industry Supply Chain in Sri Lanka, which comprises research on the living standards of workers and children on tea estates, conducted in partnership with the Centre for Child Rights and Corporate Social Responsibility. The report includes intracommunal and cross-sectional survey data centered on small and medium tea estates. The findings are not representative of the overall tea industry. The aim of the study was to understand the impact of the tea smallholder supply chain on children and to raise awareness on child rights risks prevalent in plantation settings and to formulate solutions to address these issues at different levels. The goal is to convince businesses across various sectors to adopt Save the Children's proposed child protection policy to ensure that these children live and grow up in a safe and healthy environment. The policy was formulated in accordance with the global framework of children's rights and business principles. To date, Save the Children has successfully onboarded 5 of the largest local tea companies who have adopted the policy and implemented the recommendations made. Save the Children provided technical support and coordination to help the tea companies implement the policy standards with government assistance. Save the Children National Director Julian Chellappa kicked off the webinar with a welcome speech. An overview of Save the Children's work in the estate sector was presented by Program Director Ayla Thilainathan.
Sri Lanka has a population of approximately 21 million, of which the plantation community is a minority group, accounting for 6% of the population. Save the Children in 2018, which carried out participatory consultations with among 1,872 children in Nuwara district, identified that around 40% of girls and boys in the plantation sector reported being beaten by their mothers and fathers.
CCR CSR Executive Director Ines Kamfer provided the attendees with a brief background of the research.
I think it's about 10 years or so that we really started, and the business world really started to reflect more and more on what is the impact of business on children. How do we link to children's issues, and what does it mean for the children we somehow indirectly or directly touch in our businesses? What is the impact here?
Child Protection Senior Technical Advisor Buddhani Vithana proceeded to present the findings in the report, breaking down the various focus areas and the data yielded from the study.
If we move on to the findings, it's important to first look at the income and household expenditure, because this sheds light on how child rights are implemented and upheld, and communities' abilities to ensure that children do enjoy their rights.
Prior to the conclusion of the webinar, a discussion on how Save the Children's proposed child protection policy could be moved to the small and medium-scale industries was held, facilitated by Director of Policy, Advocacy and Research, Ranjan Vettasinghe. The panel comprised Save the Children, Sweden Child Rights and Business Head of Communications, Anika Shelley, Department of Probation and Childcare Service Assistant, Commissioner Sandareka Lianage, Horana Plantation CEO, Johan Rodrigo, and CCR CSR Executive Director Ines Kamfer. A Q&A session was held during which the attendees raised questions for members of the panel.
There is also a real interest, a lot of times looking or investing into child rights and investing into a sustainable business who's going to be around for a long time, go together very well.
The full report and the webinar video can be accessed via the links in the description. In order to ensure a better future for all children, we must take the necessary steps to protect them today.